Oh yeah, thanks for joining me. This is my calendar book that I've showed in the past in videos. 365 pages. Each day shows you a bit of NASA history. Whether you believe it or not is another thing entirely. I used to take it all as gospel. Not so much these days. Anyway, this is to show today's date that I'm recording this video on, which is June 8th. There we go, June 8th. And apparently 2000 on June 8 there was the X-class flare, a few of them apparently, that they warned about potentially causing havoc when it reached Earth a few days later. So feel free to pause that there and read that if you want. But that's the date I'm recording this video on anyway, 8th of June. I just wanted to have a quick look at this photo very quickly before I get into the other part of the video. So I always find these pictures curious, especially this one, because it looks like it's already got that line down the middle there, but I want to do like the mirror down the middle, because I've seen people do that before on these. So I just thought I'd show you what it looks like with the mirror down it. I've not got a mirror, I'm going to have to use this CD. So bear with me, I'm just going to try and get that set up now. Right, so that top bit first of all, you stick the mirror down the middle of that. You get kind of like a face, strange looking demon-esque face there. That's straight down that middle. There's almost a line there already. See that line there? So I've just followed that all the way up. You get kind of like a demon looking face at the top. I'm going to flip this upside down now, see what it looks like the other way around. Okay, so this is that same section but the other way around, upside down. This one's pretty freaky. Look at that. Two very much distinct eyes either side on that one. Wow. Okay. And then just trying it on the other way around. Again, pretty demonic looking. Sorry, I can't get that focused very well. Try and do that. You can kind of see that there, I think. Yeah, just there. Anyway, moving on. That was just to do with the date, June 8th. Let's get back to what the actual video now is all about. And it's to do with, yeah, a code that I've found to do with the Bible, and specifically the King James Version. A lot of people already know about the Bible code itself, or the Torah code, secret messages within the Hebrew text predicting future events. And there's all sorts of theories all about that available to research. Lots of people do decodes on passages from the Bible, of course, and also linking Strong's numbers into gematria. So yeah, it's about a code I found to do with the Bible. So it's a pretty significant video for me, this one. Which is saying something, to be honest, because I've done a fair few videos now on this channel. This one could be the most, I don't know, significant or important. I'll leave you to decide. So anyway, let's go back to then the King James version of the Bible itself. Which, yeah, for most people is the most widely used and acknowledged, I guess, or accepted, whatever you want to call it, the word. It's the one most people refer to when they're going back to scripture. It's like the official best version, whatever. It's known as the authorized version, I guess because King James authorized it to be written. I think it was by Francis Bacon. That's another video. But what my video is about, and the code, is the year it was published, 1611. Okay, 1611. Shout out to Zenith because he mentioned that in my last video, a comment to do with 1611. Because I found some gematria for 1191. You may have seen that in my last video when I flipped a smile upside down. But yeah, 1191 is 1611 upside down. That was the year King James Version was finished and published in that same year, 1611, okay? And this is where the code kicks in. It's pretty simple, this one, the first one. There's two. This one I'll show you first. Year it was published, 1611. To the year 2012, because that's where this code starts. To be honest, it did start before that as well, but this code that it links into started there, 2012. That will make sense in a minute when it stays in focus. Come on. Right. You'll notice there then, to that year 2012, that's how many years difference it is, leading all the way up to where we are there, 2019. 2012 was 401 years, 402 years, 43, 404, 5, 6, 7, 8. Makes sense, yeah? Date difference between the year it was published. That's history, that's us now. You'll notice there I've turned 1611 into PM. So a year in time changed into time. 4:11 PM, yeah? Happy with that. 2012 is A. That column there is A. That column there is the C column. 4:11 is the B. This is the code, first of all, the first one. 2020 next year is where this one in particular finishes. Again, I'll get to that in a minute. Code 1 is A minus B equals C in PM. So if you want to pause that, get your head around that one. It's pretty straightforward. That year there, or time if you want to call it a time, 2012, 8/12, minus 4:11 will get you this in PM. For example, there's the first one. 2012 year. Sorry. 2012 year minus the year of the King James Version Bible published gets you 4:01, yeah? 4:01 PM is the 1601, which is what A minus 4:11 will be. Just to show you that. See that? 1601. Hope that makes sense. 1601 is 4:01 p.m. 4:11 is this one. Let's give you another example. Let's go with the 2017 year. So A column for 2017 minus B 4:11, 2017 minus 4:11, 1606. 2017 1606, 4:06 p.m. Gets you C in PM. And yeah, it works for all of these. It also works for ones backwards to that. But there's a point that I'm showing here for the 2012. Why this one only lasts up to the 2020. And it's because of code 2. And I'm going to show you code 2 now. Code 2 is C, the C column, this one here, minus the circle representing time, equals the C column minus the circle's degrees. So let's just quickly explain that one then. So you lose the circle on that, 4:01, you get 41, yeah? 41 for the answer on that one equals 360 minus 4:01 equals 41. 4:02, lose the circle, the time, gets you 42. 4:02 minus 360, circle's degrees, gets you 42. 43, the same, 0. Losing these zeros, the time, take 360 from any of these, you're left with the two numbers without the circle. That is incredible for me, because it only, I'm sure you'll agree, there's no dispute or argument on this one at all. That only is relevant from that date to that date. The 2020 date of next year. It will never ever be that same amount of year difference between when the King James Version Bible came out and the time that we are in history at the moment. All of that is history. That's the future, 2020. That's when this code finishes, and it will never ever happen again, because you'll never ever get that amount of year difference again. It'll always keep increasing. That'll go to 410. You're back to the 41, but the zero's this side. 410 minus 360 is 50. So the code's gone. Hope that kind of makes sense on that one. So just to explain it again, 4:01, 401 years difference from then to 2012. That's when that code starts, because it's the 4:01. The year before was 4:00. Doesn't quite work with that because you're getting rid of two O's. I'm talking here about the middle O, you're left with the same either side. You've got to have numbers either side. 400 doesn't have that other number either side. That's why the 2012 year is so significant with it. 4:01 minus the circle. So you lose the circle, you get 41. Minus the circle, 360 degrees, you get 41. That's the same for all of these. 2020 is when it ends. Again, it will never happen after that year. So you're going to go to then 410. You've got the 1 in the middle then. It's finished. Code's over. Sorry for this video perhaps being a bit confusing. You may need to re-watch it again. Because this bit then also gets a little bit more complex. The D and the E, you've noticed there, D and E. That's that 11, and how it links in with this column here, the E column. Notice how that code ends with 11 and 9. No coincidence either. But it starts as well with 11 and 1. As of 11th of September, there are 111 days of the year left. Also, the D plus the E is another code, because that gets you 12. Starting on 12 there. Just don't want this to flip out again. So with that one, 11 plus this column here, E, D plus E. You're getting 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, aren't you? 11 plus 9, 20. So it starts with 12, ends on 20. 2012, where we began. Time going back to 2012. Whew. I hope this does play back okay and makes sense. It's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? And that was both codes are pretty mad. That one is, the first one, changing it to PM. A minus B, that column there, A minus that equals that in PM. But then the code 2, C minus the circle gets you the 41. So does C minus 360 degrees of that circle. Finishes with the 11 and the 9. Starts with the 1, 1 and the 1. 111 days left of the year after 11, 9. 11 plus that 1 is the 12 where it starts. 11 plus that is the 20 where it ends. 2012. Code 2 will never happen again. This one here, code 2. Code 1 does continue. Code 2, that one, never ever will that be repeated. We're experiencing it. We're on year 7 of the 8. Thanks so much for bearing with me with it. Hope it does make sense.